Do you know that the Supreme Court once made a landmark ruling that plunder isn't just a political buzzword, but a real crime that requires criminal intent, just like murder or theft? In the Estrada plunder case, the court clarified that plunder is not simply about politics or public perception. Instead, it's a serious offense rooted in law, demanding proof of intent and clear standards for prosecution. This case set the tone for how high-profile corruption cases would be handled in the Philippines, showing that even the highest officials are not above the law. Let's break down what happened and why it matters. 2001, former President Joseph Estrada faced charges under the Plunder Law, officially known as Republic Act 7080. Estrada's defense argued that the law was vague and unfair, claiming it didn't even require proof of criminal intent. This was a critical moment, as the case put the constitutionality of the Plunder Law under the spotlight. The defense's argument was that without clear standards or requirement for intent, the law could be abused or misapplied. The nation watched closely, knowing the outcome would shape future corruption prosecutions and the accountability of public officials. Supreme Court ultimately disagreed with Estrada's arguments. They upheld the constitutionality of the Plunder Law, stating that plunder is malum in se, meaning it is inherently wrong, not just wrong because the law says so. This means that, like other serious crimes, prosecutors must prove criminal intent beyond a reasonable doubt. The court emphasized that the law provides sufficient standards for prosecution, ensuring fairness and due process. This decision reinforced that public officials cannot escape liability through technicalities, especially when massive corruption is involved. This ruling had a lasting impact on the fight against large-scale corruption in the Philippines. By upholding the Plunder Law and clarifying its requirements, the Supreme Court made it clear that public officials are accountable for their actions, and that the law cannot be sidestepped by claims of vagueness or lack of intent. The decision preserved the standard of proof beyond reasonable doubt, protecting the rights of the accused while empowering prosecutors to pursue justice. For law students and exam takers, remember the acronym CLEAR: constitutional, law not vague, element of intent, accountability, and reasonable doubt. The next time you hear the word plunder in the news or in your studies, remember, it's not just about politics or headlines. It's a crime with real consequences, requiring proof of intent and adherence to due process. The Estrada plunder case stands as a reminder that the law has teeth and that accountability reaches even the highest offices. Stay tuned for more breakdowns of landmark cases that shape our legal landscape.